Hello, welcome back to MCFC Connect. If you're watching this, that means we've had a here we go Ilkay Gundogan to Manchester City. And you're probably wondering why I haven't gone live for this. Reason is that on the community post, I just haven't been able to. But I've got this video out for preparations for you. But like I said, if you're watching this, we've had a here we go. Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, whoever it is, has come out of it. It's probably going to be Fabrizio, as he's been the most active on it. And yeah, our second signing of the window appears to be all done, sealed, and he will be joining the club. Now then, if we move straight on to the graphic for this, here we Gundo, so I've written, bit of a play on words. Just thought it'd be fun there. But yeah, here we are. Ilkay Gundogan back to Man City. I don't think anyone could have seen this coming. I don't think anyone called this at the beginning of the window. It just feels unreal that it's even happening. He's 33. Which is something you have to take into account with players. He's 33, turning 34. So the contract that he's going to get isn't going to be huge. It's going to be probably a tops of 2 years, I imagine. Obviously, his current club is Barcelona. He's a midfielder. He has a contract till 2026, which I thought could have been a little issue because Barcelona probably then want a decent fee, but we're going to get into that. He played 51 games for Barcelona last season, which I think was more than any other player, and I think that was every game for Barcelona. I think he played every single match for Barca last season, which is really good going for someone who's 33. No injuries picked up, which is what you like to see. You know, no one wants to see an injury-prone player. He's picked up 19 goal contributions with them last season, which again is just typical Gundogan. Last season was City. The previous season was City. I think he had like 17. The previous season then he had like 16. This is previous season to that he had 21. You know, he's always been in that 15 to 20 kind of range, I feel. Well, actually not even always, because his first couple of seasons he actually didn't rack up many goal contributions, but recently he has been, and I don't think anyone can complain with that. 6 yellow cards last season, so he's not going any more rash than what we knew him to be. It's not like he's snapping any players, as you can see, to the fact he's got no red cards, which is always good. He's a transfer value of 15 million, so I got a bit worried here because City paid about 28 million for him back in 2016, which was a good fee for Ilkay Gundogan, and we got him for that much because, well, he was injured at the time we bought him. Not a super bad injury, but it wasn't a great injury. He couldn't really play to begin his time with us. But yeah, the injury he picked up was what really helped us get him for less than 30 million. But 15 million, I was worried Barcelona were going to try and get us to pay like 20 million, 25 million for him, which I thought would have been a bit silly. He's 33. I wouldn't have paid any more than 15 million for Gundo. I wouldn't have paid any more than that to match his value. But the thing is here, we're paying nothing. Barcelona letting him go free. It's bewildering to me, to be honest. I know Barcelona have got to pay off his wages probably. But 15 million for someone that was hailed for being their best player last season. He was really put up. I'm not just saying that because I'm a City fan. I'm trying to big him up, but he was genuinely, even in interviews, he spoke well, and he's probably partly getting booted out of the club like this because of what he said in an interview after they got knocked out to PSG. Something about like the mentality of the team and all that. And I can rate that from Gundo. He's just left a treble-winning team who have an elite mentality, because you have to have an elite mentality to win the treble. We're not the only team that knows that. It's a very difficult thing to do. And he goes to Barcelona and he obviously doesn't feel that elite mentality. And so he calls it out in the interview, and I fully rate him for that. It's like when Pep called out the City players for not having the drive to win the Premier League in the treble season, and then we went on to win the treble. I completely rate it from Gundogan. It's good going. He's just, ultimately, he's looking out for the team. And so, in terms of what Gundogan can really bring to City, look, he doesn't just bring an extra option for the midfield, which is ultimately what he is, but he also he's also a player that knows the system. Okay, he doesn't need to really learn the system because he already knows it. Sure, the system has had tweaks, but it's nothing that Ilkay Gundogan won't get the hang of in no time. So there is no learning curve for Ilkay, I don't feel. Unless Barcelona absolutely drilled it out of his mind, but I don't think they did. He can play at the 8s, he can play at CDM, and I rate him to even have a go at cam and centre-back on the off game. I actually do think he could do those, but I do think predominantly even, he will be at the 8s and at the CDM kind of roles. Whether that means he's filling for Rodri, playing alongside Rodri, or just playing a role of his own entirely. So that remains to be seen. But I really do back him to be able to form some sort of decent partnership with, say, Mateo Kovacic and even Rodri, and why not Mateus Nunes as well. I don't feel like he would struggle to form a partnership with any of them, considering he's already worked with Rodri a lot, obviously, through his time at City. Now then, in terms of the game time he'll get, I think Gundo knows that he's not going to be the first name on the team sheet. It'd be silly if he did. There's two players that really have nailed on positions for City in terms of taking a role in the team. Actually, no, 3 players. Erling Haaland at top. There is no striker that would undo where he is. Probably Kevin De Bruyne, although he's probably going to get challenged by Phil Foden this season, so you could even flick that finger back down. And then Rodri. Rodri is a non-negotiable spot in the team. Hailed for being the best CDM in the world, and he probably won't win the Ballon d'Or, for obvious reasons, but he's considered one of the front runners. I think he should win it, but he won't. Now then, it's great business from City to get this guy on a free, and yeah, that's mostly what I have to say. Sorry that I couldn't go live for this. I will probably do a live stream on this later, if this video does go out. Now then, look, by the way, don't get used to this background. This is probably a one-time thing, because it was kind of like a desperate times call for desperate measures thing. I really had no other viable options here. So this was kind of the thing I had to do. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on Ilkay Gundogan in the comments. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.